Hi, this is a problem string called give and take. It's the first problem string in this series of give and take addition strategies. This one really focuses on additive thinking, and it's much more of a sophisticated additive thinking strategy than the ones have been so far. So if you're trying this one with your class, you want to make sure that you've done a lot of the previous problem strings already, and they have a good understanding of those strategies before jumping into this one, because it's a little more complex. Kids really have to understand place value and this idea of counting or taking things away. The game I Have You Need, where I say I have 85, what do you need to make 100, is essential in this one. They're really going to have to be able to do that. And we're going to use open number line model. So again, in our development of mathematical reasoning, we're really living in additive thinking. And in this problem string, as a teacher, you really want to be comfortable facilitating this one because there's going to be lots of conversation. So this one might be a little slower than usual because you really want to understand what the kids are thinking in this one and help them guide them through this new way of thinking about numbers. What we're really focusing on here is equivalence, and that if we give and take a little bit, we can create an equivalent equation that is friendlier than our kind of messy one. So let's get started with kind of an easier problem here. We're going to do 39 plus 48. This is a bit of a messy problem, right? 39 plus 48. I would propose this to the students and see what they do. You might have students that go to that get to a friendly number strategy, right, that we've done before. If we see 39, I know that I just need to add 1, and that gets me to 40, and 40 is way easier to work with. I might add 40 plus 48 and even use an over strategy, which gives us 88, but that's too much. I'll take 1 away, and that gives us 87, right? Could be something like what kids do. But in this new strategy, what we want to do is before we even start the reasoning, we want to give and take it with our numbers to get us something a little bit easier. So I want to make this, I see this 39 here. It's really close to 40, and so I want to make it a 40 because 40 is a friendlier number. So I need to add 1 to it to get 40. And I'm going to take that 1 right away from the 48. So our 48 is going to become 47. Now I have a friendlier equation, 40 plus 47. That's much easier. If I were to represent this, 40 plus 47, and we end up with 87. Notice that our sums are the same, but there's a lot less work involved in the give and take strategy. See how it's a bit more sophisticated, but kids have to be able to reason with these numbers already before jumping into this strategy. Let's try another one. Let's do something a bit more complex, 87 plus 76. Now there's a few ways we could go with this one. Again, if we're just using a get to a friendly number, well, 87, if I add another 3 is going to get me to 90, right? And then I'm going to do my over strategy again because my brain just goes there. I'm going to add my 76. 90 plus 76. Oh, see, this is kind of tricky. Actually, I'm going to rethink this. I want to get to another friendly number because 90 plus 76 is kind of tricky. So I can add 10 to 90. That's going to give me 100. And now, well, kind of where am I at here? Now I need to take 13 away from here. 13, 76 minus 13 is 63. Okay. So I'm going to add 63. And 163 is 163. Are we cool with that? I mean, that's a bit of a clunky strategy, right? In this case, it's not the most efficient one. It's okay if kids are there, but I'm wondering if we could use a give and take strategy to make this more efficient, more sophisticated. I naturally go to the 87. I'm not sure if you're the same, but this is close to 90. I just have to add 3 more to get 90, but I'm going to take that 3 away from the 76. So now these are my numbers. 90 plus 73. Okay, 90 plus 73. Well, 90 plus 70 gets me 160 plus another 3, 163. That was much simpler than my clunkier get to a friendly number by just doing that give and take. And I'm wondering, could we think about this strategy even in a different way? Like, did anybody start with the 76? I think maybe I'm gonna use that one as my give and take. If we have 87 plus 76, what do we need to add to 76 to make it a friendly number? Well, we have to add 4 to get to 80. Could we take 4 away uh, from 87? And now we have 83 plus 80. I wonder if that would still get us 163. Well, if I think about 80 and I want to add 80 more, that's going to get me 160, right? 100 or plus another 80 is giving me 160 plus another 3, 163. So in all three cases, we got the same sum by using that give and take strategy. So kids could go either way with that one, which is kind of what's neat about it. You can see how it's so much more sophisticated. Okay, let's try this last one. 337, this one's going to be the most complex, plus 285. I mean, if I were to try a give it or a get to a friendly number strategy, let's just try it. 285 is where I kind of go because it's close to 300. I know that I need 15 more to get to 300. But then what's 337 minus 15? I mean, that's kind of a messy number. I feel like I'm going to get kind of stuck. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think what I should do here is do some give and take. So I'm going to add 15, which I know is going to get me 300. I'm going to subtract 15 here. Now I have to reason through this. I'm going to show you my subtraction here because I don't want to rely on an algorithm. I'm going to break up the 15 into a 10 and a 5. That might be a little bit more manageable. So 337 minus 10 is going to get me 327 minus another 5 is going to get me 322. Right, 322. Just trying to reason through that one. So that means that I have to go 300. Here's my new number line. I'm going to start at 300 and I'm going to add 322. Well, this is going to give us 622. Either way, we would have got that answer. So this is the give and take strategy, a little bit more sophisticated. Kids have to have those higher level place value skills, but we really want to get our kids to this place. It's really going to help them bump up into multiplicative thinking. So here are a couple other problem strings that also use that give and take strategy that really focus on equivalence and a more sophisticated way of thinking about a friendly number. In these strategies, instead, we start with a harder number, right? We started with a clunkier number and we made it easy. So it's a bit different than some of the other problem strings. You'll see that in number 2, we're starting to get into like 3-digit addition, right? 300 plus 155. So we're adding all 3 digits here. So a little bit more complex. And then in our number 3, our strategy or our problem string number 3, we're starting to get greater distances between our numbers. So we're jumping by higher numbers in this one, adding on bigger numbers. So just a little bit of a upping the ante a bit and increasingly more sophisticated. So this is a great problem string when your students are ready for it, and I hope you have fun with it. Thanks.